Hey guys, it's me Quentin. I am back with a new video, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, nice to see you again. Today we're talking about my experience being transgender in college and what that's been like basically. So I made a little list of things, and I'm gonna just go down them one by one basically. So I think the first thing that really stuck out to me when going to college was that I had a new start. And I could actually just, for once, be myself or become the self that I always wanted to be, basically. I didn't get a chance to do it in high school because I was so focused on transitioning, like I mentioned before in my previous video. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it down below. And I just felt like, okay, this is my chance to actually be myself. I'll like make new friends, and I can just, know more about my personality and be funny and not to worry about coming out all the time or worry about people misgendering me or any of that issues. And I was right, because when I first came there, I met a guy who lived in a frat. He was really cool and he was super chill, and I met my roommate and they were super chill, and everyone was just really chill, and no one really misgendered me because they didn't know I was trans. They didn't like look at me up and down, they didn't look at me funny, and that was such a relief, because for once in my life I felt seen and heard rather just looked at or gazed at, and that was chef kiss. So that was great. Another thing I had realized, which I didn't really consider before, even though I kind of put the works in order and I thought I had my paperwork in order, was hormone issues, because I was all the way in Wisconsin and my insurance doesn't work out there. So I had to deal with the fact that my hormones aren't covered in Wisconsin, so if I had them shipped to Wisconsin, I would have to pay out of pocket. So I have my mom instead ship my hormones from my doctor's office to Wisconsin through the mail. It took me about like a month, almost 2 months to figure that system out, because I would have my doctor send it to Walgreens, and Walgreens would say you have to pay out of pocket, which was not true because it was covered already. So then I would send it back, have my doctor refill a new prescription, and have it sent to my house, and have my mom send it to me, and it was a whole ordeal, and it was ridiculous. So if you're trans and you're on hormones, or if you're just a person on any type of medication, make sure your insurance is able to cover it out of state as well, and make sure your Walgreens doesn't give you much of a hassle. That's my best advice for that. What else? Deciding to be out versus deciding to be stealth. I, for the most part, I believe am stealth, unless I tell someone I'm trans. I think I'm pretty openly queer at my school though, for the most part. I don't really hide the fact that I like guys and girls or just anyone within the gender spectrum. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I also realized that if I was to be stealth 100% of the time, it would be exhausting, because I'm stealth usually at work, and that's pretty exhausting, because dealing with not microaggressions, but like misogyny from like my female coworkers, and then having to see all the male coworkers think they're like hot shit, so it's not really fun. So I don't really like that. But if I were to be out all the time at school, then I feel like no one would really care either. I've joined like LGBT clubs, and I ran like the Chlor's Club and all that for a bit, and like I was part of like Transguy United, so I feel like it's not a big deal if I'm out or not there, which is nice. I feel like if I was on a different campus setting with different types of people, then I might just have been stealth for the most part, but I'm really happy I have the choice to be stealth or not, which is great. What else? Dating and relationships. So I dated one person on my campus, and that was alright, but then we broke up, so pretty much that. It was good because we were both trans, and that was really helpful, because we both understood where we were coming from, versus dating someone who's cis may not understand where I'm coming from, and that was really nice. So that was good. I've also just talked to people, and I've flirted, and I've done other things, so that was pretty nice. They didn't really care that I was trans because they're open-minded, which was great, and I appreciated that. So yeah. Having to bind before I had top surgery, I had to bind my chest. Well, I guess I chose to bind my chest before top surgery, and that was such a hassle, because showering and then trying to slip into a binder was pure hell, and I hated that so much. Like, it was just like, imagine like a corset just squeezing your sides and your back in your rib cage, and just oof, never again. I would not go back to binding if I didn't have to, which I'm glad I don't now. So that was also a hassle, and also it was terrible because I gained weight during college and all my binders started to not fit. So I had to buy new binders, and that made me feel more dysphoric because I was gaining weight, not in my chest, but just in my body overall, and that made me feel really out of place because I was so used to being skinny and like underweight, which wasn't good either. But it wasn't the move, I wasn't with it, and I just hated having to up my binder size. So that wasn't fun. I also just hated the fact that if I wore some t-shirts, my binder could be seen, and that made me feel even more dysphoric because I was like, oof. So yeah, if I took off my shirt, people could see my binder, and then like, I didn't get questions, but I got some stares, and I was like, we do not want to go back into that mindset, and we do not want to go back into high school, so let's put our shirt on. So that really sucked. But then I had top surgery last summer, and that was really great. And now I don't take my shirt off as much. I take it off in my room if I want to, maybe. When I had a single room, so I was mostly shirtless there, or I just wear whatever I want now at this point because I don't have to worry about if my chest is being shown. I don't wear like skin tight shirts because no, I still have body issues. But I wear whatever I want that makes me comfortable, which is nice because I don't have to wear a binder or deal with those like weird tan lines on the side of your armpits. So that's always a good thing. So yeah. Frat culture, I guess. I would say frat culture because I was on a frat for a bit. And that was interesting because at first I wasn't out to them, and then I came out to them, and they were all cool with it. Some of them had questions, some of them just didn't really care, which was nice. And then I left my frat after a year because I wasn't into it anymore, and things got messy. Not with me, just like in general of how it was being ran. So that was the time. But yeah, for the most part, frat culture was really great. I found some really good friends, and some people I still talk to now. And I think it's really interesting because when I told like my friends back home, my old teachers, they were all like, you're in a frat. I would never think that you, of all people, would be in a frat. I guess because I was pretty like anti like gender culture in high school, which makes sense, but also I was the only gender variant person at my school that was out, so that was the time. So yeah. What else? I guess like just existing was really nice because again I felt like myself, and that was amazing. I didn't have to worry about being outed or worry about like weird connotations. But the thing is, I missed having a community of people like me. Like, I know there are other trans people on campus, but they're mostly trans women or non-binary people. I miss having more trans masculine people around me or other trans guys around me. And yeah, I just felt kind of isolated sometimes. And like, I know some people, but I don't really talk to them like that. And that's fine too. Like, I don't feel like there should be like a need to like force communication either. But I also just miss having my community that I would go bi-weekly or weekly to see, and we'll all hang out and bond after. So maybe I'll do that this summer once this is all over with COVID, and I'll get back to seeing my friends, and that'll be really great. Because they were the first ones I really like connected with and had like a relationship with when it came to the trans community. And just it's nice to have your own group of people every now and then. You know, I've been realizing that a lot growing up, especially in the past year or two, of like, once I, you know, finish college, I'll be in another community setting again, whether that's New York City or somewhere else like Chicago or even LA or London or whatever. But like, will I find a community like me though? And I don't know. So we will have to see. So anyway, that's my video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.